All right, ladies and gents, we have an interesting one today. This is the story, and don't fucking laugh at me. But okay, you can laugh, I don't care. This is the story of how I lost my ex-girlfriend to her brother. That's right, she started dating her brother. She cheated on me with her brother. Here we go. So, met this girl, we're gonna call her let's call her Linda. Linda's a real not nice lady name. Met this girl, let's call her Linda, on one of those apps, right? We were together for, I don't know, maybe 3 years roughly. Never when we started dating, at no point for the first 2 years did she tell me that she had a brother, right? No idea. No idea. She told me a long time ago that maybe she had an estranged brother that her father had with some other lady, and like he's off in like Puerto Rico or some random shit. And I was like, oh, okay, that's some wild thug shit, but all right, cool. Fast forward, we have our ups and downs, your normal 18, 19-year-old relationship, whatever, 20, 21, whatever. Okay. So we're dating. It's been a couple years. She breaks up with me for a guy called named we'll call him we'll call him Big D. So she left me for a guy named Big D the Virgin, by the way, and he lost his virginity to a prostitute, which was pretty, which is pretty funny. But anyway, um, she ended up dating this guy named Big D, and one day she told me that her brother came back to town, and I was like, oh shit. This is after she broke up with Big D. Me and her got back together, and I was like, "Oh damn, that's crazy." So she's hanging out with her brother a lot. It is what it is. Like obviously she wants to see her brother. That's totally fine. All this crazy shit starts happening. Like she's telling me all these people are dying in her family, and like she has to go here for this and here for this, and I gave her money for like trips and funerals and like all this random stuff. Right? It was crazy. And so one day I was worried about her because I hadn't heard from her in a couple days, and like someone close to her had just like supposedly died. And I was like, oh man. So I hadn't heard from her, and so I got worried. I went to her house, and I left a note on like on her mom's car, and I was like, hey guys. I know you guys are going through stuff, so I didn't want to bother you guys. Sorry to hear about your sister, because apparently her sister had died. And so I was like, oh man, sorry to hear about your sister. Like, hope everyone's okay. Just went to check in. That was it, just like nothing crazy, and then I left. Like I think I went to class. So I'm sitting in the middle of class, and I get a call from her dad, and I was like, what? Like this is a dad that me and him never got along. I'm like, why the hell is he calling me? Like he was kind of racist. Like he told me he didn't want no colored grandbabies. Why are you calling me? Are you inviting me to like a clan meeting or something? And so I leave to go answer, mostly because I'm worried about her. So I leave to go answer. I answer the phone, and he's like furious with me. And he's screaming at me and yelling. I'm like, whoa, dude, the fuck is going on? What is your problem? He tells me they're filing a restraining order against me and all this other shit. And I was like, for what? Like, we were just in like LA together. What do you mean? Apparently, she told them that I was crazy and I was stalking her and that we broke up and never got back together. Now, let me give you some context of why. So, one day I saw her with her brother, and I was like, oh, hey, like there she is with her brother. And we were just out in public. And so I went over to her and her brother and said, what's up? Because I saw him out in public and I hadn't heard from her and I was worried. Super weird, I know. Anyway, so I go up to her. It like got really weird, and we just like went our separate ways. It was fine. Then I left the note like a couple weeks later. Apparently, the dude that I met was actually the guy that she was still dating. That was Big D, the Virgin dollar sign. I don't know. I'm not gonna say his name. Anyway, that was Big D, right? And apparently I had met him, and so that scared her for some reason, even though she was lying to me the whole time. So she told her parents that I was crazy and I was stalking her, and we weren't dating. We hadn't been dating for 2 years, and I was like, that's a lie. And so they were going to go to court and take me to court. And I was like, hey, I'll let you guys know if you take me to court for this, I'm going to countersue because that's a complete lie. Like we were just in LA on a vacation together 2 weeks before this happened with pictures. Like we stayed at my friend's house. I was like, that's absurd. That's crazy. I've literally been giving her money. What do you mean I'm like stalking her? So they don't believe me. I tell them again. I'm like, hey, I need to know the court date so my friends from LA can drive up. They need to know, or they need to know the date so they can be there for me and testify. That apparently triggered something in them. They went and talked to their daughter, who we'll call again Linda the cunt, and she apparently came clean after that and told them like she was lying and everything that she said was false and I was telling the truth and blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay. Never talked to her again after that. That was the end of our relationship. It was absolutely crazy. Found out she was dating a guy that she called her brother so that she could cheat on me, and it was really just another dude who was a simple virgin. Now what's even crazier is then I saw this dude at my gym like a month later. Not even that. Like very shortly after I saw him at my gym, which is really weird because he had never been to my gym before but like before. So I see him, I'm like, oh hey, what's up, man? I'm totally over it at this point. Like that bitch was crazy as fuck. Like how fucking insane do you have to be to make up a brother and just to cheat on someone and then tell your family that we're not dating, but then telling me that we are? Like that doesn't even make any sense. Like we literally got back together. Why even get back together at that point? That just makes no sense. Anyway, she was dumb and crazy, but that's how I like them. But anyway, yeah, I saw him at the gym and I went up to him and I was super cool. Like I literally didn't even care. I wanted him to know the truth because I had a feeling that she was lying to him. So I literally went up to him and I was like, "Hey man, don't know if you guys are still together, but like I just wanted you to know like this is what she was telling me." And he didn't believe any of it. Like I tried to tell him everything. Like I was like, "Man, I can show you pictures of us like, on the beach together like literally not that long ago." Like I just like wanted to tell him the truth. Like, hey, just so you know, like be a homie, bros before hoes. You feel me? Just like be a good person. And he didn't believe me. He was a dickhead about it. And so I was like, all right, well, fuck you too. I hope you get fucking syphilis. Which he did get something from that prostitute when he was a virgin. So that kind of made it really funny because I was like, gotcha, bitch. I know, I know. But anyway, yeah, that's how my ex cheated on me with her brother. I don't know if I'll ever let that one go. It was there's a reason I guess they say incest the best, and she found it. So yeah.